Good morning. This is Dr. Timothy Scott back here at Life Point Medical, and I want to say hey to you. This is my weekly video visit, video update that I put out. And I do apologize. I did miss last week. It got away from me, and unfortunately that happens sometimes. It's not quite as easy to keep up with not doing it daily. So that is a change. So I want to go ahead, so I got your attention. I want to talk to you about something that I have seen over the last few weeks, and this is a clinical issue, and I think it really has some negative implications if we don't understand what's going on. So I want to talk to you about if you think you've had a stroke. So first of all, if you think you have a stroke, typically that's going to be a very specific neurological sign that's happening that makes people think that you may be having a stroke. Maybe it's confusion, maybe it's slurring of your words, maybe it's numbness of a limb, an arm, or you can't use an arm or limb or something like that. That is what we think of when we see a stroke, like one side of their face goes numb or can't be used or something like that. Okay, so but here's the key point. If you or a loved one think you're having a stroke, okay, the first thing you do, the minute you notice signs or symptoms of a stroke, is you write that time down. Write it down on a piece of paper right then, and then I need you to get to the emergency room. Okay, don't call here, don't make an appointment here, don't do nothing. Write that time down and go to the emergency room. And the reason why is because they have TPA there, which is the clot buster, the thing that can reverse the stroke. And even if they don't use that, they can get you to a facility that will use a more aggressive way of doing it, where they localize it and actually do that. And I've seen people with terrible, terrible strokes walk out of the hospital with no signs or symptoms of the stroke after they've had these interventions done, and they're very effective. They're great. So if you think you're having a stroke, write the number down, go to the emergency room and get evaluated. Okay, please, you can call the ambulance, do whatever you got to, but those are the steps that I want you to go through, and then they'll determine when you get there whether or not you're eligible for some kind of clot busting type treatment, and that could change the outcome of what's going on. So don't remember that. Don't forget that. That's a really good point. All right, next, let's talk about our annual wellness visits. I know we hark on people about getting their annual wellness visits, and we certainly want you to get your annual wellness visit if you come in to the office. And the thing about us is we know that if we do a lot of these annual wellness visits that we're going to save lives. And that's what I think you've got to know too, is if we do these diligently, there's a pretty good chance we can intervene in a meaningful way where you don't die or suffer a severe disease because it was missed. And so that's kind of the theory we go off of, is we know that if we do a good job, we're going to save lives. And almost inevitably, it happens. I say it, and it happens. It's almost inevitably when people say there's nothing wrong with me, there's usually something wrong with them. Things like that. So I just would be hesitant to proclaim your health if you haven't actually been done. And we're not perfect, and sometimes we miss things, and some things hide. But we have identified the high frequency things that happen that kill people, like your colon cancer, your breast cancer, your heart disease, all that stuff. And that's the things we address at the wellness visits to keep you alive. So that's the point of them. If we call you, sign up for one. If you come in the office, ask for one. And if you just want one, you just call the office and says, Dr. Beck said I need to get an annual wellness visit, so I need to do one. The only caveat is it needs to be 1 year from the previous one. That's the only caveat. As everybody's noticed, there's plenty of pollen in the air. It's affected everybody. I know it has. It's definitely affected me. Hopefully it'll be gone now. We had some showers, probably need more showers to wash all that stuff out of the air. But it is cloudy with pollen, I promise you. And I've even flew across landscapes where you could see the pollen clouds above us. It's pretty and you don't realize how thick it is till you get above it. You can kind of see down on it. All right. Last but not least, we've noticed Medicare is actually promoting their chronic care management program. The way they're promoting it is by actually providing more compensation for it. And they're kind of centering our offices, or trying to get us to center our offices around this program. It's called Chronic Care Management. And what it is we get paid a monthly stipend for you to be our patient and for us to look after you and monitor you and take care of you and provide services to you that do not necessitate you to come into the office. Now, it's not everything, but it's a lot. So it's a very good program. We can tell you whether you're eligible or not, but I want you to look into it. We are pushing this because I think this is going to be the way we survive long term, and it's also fosters a long-term relationship between you and I. So there's a lot of benefits to it that I believe are legitimate. We're trying to use it here at my office with the real spirit of the program, which is to connect up with you, treat you good, try to beat some of the things nature throws at us and keep you alive and keep you well. And anytime the insurance companies or Medicare increases or pays more for something, that means it's saving money. That's how they do the formulations. So I'm all about saving money and saving lives for the government. Now, my highest priority is saving lives, okay? But if I can save money too, I mean, that's legit, particularly if the money that I'm saving was some high-priced, terrible procedure that you had to go through because things weren't caught quick enough or something like that. So it's a win-win, I believe, for everybody, and it's something that we've embraced. And we're going to ask you to embrace it too as part of your experience here in the office. And you got to be eligible. It's a Medicare program, so it's mainly for Medicare people. And you got to have like 2 diseases that are chronic or ongoing, you know, like high blood pressure and diabetes, or high cholesterol and severe arthritis, things like that. Okay, so please be patient and cooperative with us on that, because it's a tool that we can use to help help us help you. So really, it's going great around here. My newer providers are doing great, and I hear positives about them. I'm hearing a lot of good things about in the community, and hopefully you'll use us to keep yourself healthy and out of trouble. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to me. Have a great day, and call me if you need me. Thank you.